we roll a 20, I'll make Tyrantrum as big as the enemy, which is like 2 by 2. Nope, it's a 7. You don't get it. Up 1. You can move 5. You don't have to just move up 1. But if up 1 is what you want, alright. You can move and attack on the same turn. TTS is not broken. TTS just can't use emojis, because TTS pronouncing emojis will just become way too long. You want to go down. How far down? Because you can go all the way down until you hit a wall. If you use a melee attack, you have to be right next to it. But if you use a special attack, the further you are, the more it can miss. So, just saying. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. And their attack range is 2, so they just missed a Torchic. A WoW 2 HP, a Mamoswine spawned. I don't think I can do that, but you know, if it's a 20, I kinda have to. Nope, it's not. The code is too cold for fire types to maintain their fire, so you actually lose a heart. So, there you go. That's the terrain effect. Any attack do the same amount of damage, so it's not like Psychic is stronger than Psybeam. Your Torchic evolve. Okay, it's a different turn, so I'm gonna say if it's a 20, if it's a 10 out of the more than 10, then it evolves. And if it's a 20, then it evolves twice. Nope, still doesn't evolve. Do you want to attack for 80% chance, or do you want to attack for 100% chance? It's really up to you. This would put you in range of being attacked though, because if you actually attack from here, you would be hitting the Torchic, which is kind of bad for the team. You might get hit. Never mind. Alright, so you're just gonna stay right here then. You're not actually... Okay, you're gonna move like a little bit. You walk here, and before you get in range, you decide, oh, I'll get hit. Never mind, I just stay back here. Right, so there you are. I know your heart's kind of overlapping, but this is fine. The point of SCP is that it's a special contained procedure. So the more you play, the more you understand the enemy. So you can spend one action to unlock some information about the enemy. Alright, if it's 20, you can summon an Avalok, because normally you don't get to summon enemies in this game. But if it's 20, I kinda have to. Nope. Alright, time to use Side Beam. Oh yeah, you didn't attack yet. So you move and Torchic dodge out of the way. And now you can use Side Beam. And it's a 40% chance of hitting. So if it's like an 8 or above, wait no. If it's 12, if it's 13 or above, you hit. Let's see, Side Beam. Nope. Your Side Beam just veers off and just hits some kind of ice, and the snow monster is just unfazed. I use Sword Dance. Can you use Sword Dance? You know what? I think Sword Dance is quite interesting. If it's 10 or above, 11 or above, then I'll say that your next attack can do double damage. Nope. You did say that you all gathered together, so you go to the right. Right. Alright, so now you're all together, mushed together, and now it's the snow monster's turn. They don't actually have to get really close. They want to try to stay out of range, so they can just sneak up onto you, and leaving a 1 block gap, 1 block gap, and just strike out against the Esper. They hit, because their sword is pretty long, so they don't actually have to do an accuracy check, and that hurts the Esper. So, Esper, you're down to 2 health. And the Torchic is hurt by the cold, and because none of you actually brought healers, so the Torchic will be dying next turn. But I'll say that if you can evolve, you gain health. You gain full health if you evolve. So, again, 11 or above and you evolve. It's kind of like the only way you can win this now. It's a 20! Okay, so you just evolve. Because you're about to die, you call upon your inner energy, and you evolve into a... What's that thing? In the middle. I forgot. Combuskin. You evolve into Combuskin, and it's still not enough. And you evolve straight into a Blaziken. So now you're a Blaziken. And because you evolved, I'm gonna say that because if you evolve, you gain to full health. So I'll gain 2. But evolve twice, so I'll give you 4 health. So you really just won't die that fast. How do I make 5? I'm just gonna make 3 and say that you have 2 extra. It's 11. Alright, so it's just a normal attack. Now it's down to how many health, you don't know. But hey, you can spend 1 turn to learn something about the enemy. You can do Light Screen. Ooh, Light Screen and Reflect. No, those could be good. The enemy is using a giant ice sword, so I'll probably go for the physical one. I actually can't remember which one is which. Can you remember? It's kind of important. It's going to reflect lower physical damage. Good idea. Okay. Because they're all right next to you, it's 100% accuracy. But let's just see how effective it is. It's a 2. Okay, so it's not a critical fail. 1 will be a critical fail and nothing happens. But you just barely have enough energy to raise a reflect, and nobody can take damage the next turn. Alright, one more action. Who will it be? You can head smash the Tyrantrum, or do something else, Earthquake or something. But don't do Earthquake, because it would just damage the other 2 Pokemon too. Because that's an area effect move. Earthquake, oh no. Alright. If it's a 20, then your teammates dodge out of the way. If it's not, everybody takes damage. It's a 6. 6 means everybody takes damage. Wait, Earthquake is physical move, so Esper doesn't actually take any damage. Blaziken also doesn't take any damage, so Blaziken is at 4 right now. Oh wait, you want a Head Smash? You can change Head Smash. Alright, Head Smash just does 1. So you Head Smash again, it hits, but does it do something special? It doesn't, and you critically fail, so that means your Head Smash doesn't even make contact. You just kind of miss it because it dodges out of the way. Rock Slide is a physical move. Again, it will definitely hit unless it's a critical fail. It's a 19, so close from getting that side effect. But it hits, and now it's down to, I'm gonna say, almost half health. So you can kind of have an idea of how much health this enemy has. How much HP the enemy has. Okay, so you're gonna spend this last turn to find out how much health this enemy has. The SCP has 10. It has 10 health. And right now it's at, I think, 6 or something. It might be 7, but because I can't remember, so I'm gonna lower it and say it's 6. Just to be safe. Does it have a special effect? It's a 20! So it triggers the special effect, and it's a blizzard. The blizzard just, well, everybody gets frozen for 1 turn. And that is, it doesn't do any damage, it just freezes you. So the enemy has another turn. That means that it hits Tyrantrum twice. And use Attract. Alright, how much to make it work? I don't know if the SCP has a gender. If it's a genderless, it doesn't work. But I really kind of want it to work, because it's kind of funny. So I'm gonna say, again, 11 or above it works. So it's like 50% chance. Oh, that doesn't work. Hello, wild whales, I'm just covering up with the dice. 11 or above and unsuccessfully attracts the SCP. Just knocked out the dice again. One more time. 11 or above and the SCP gets attracted by Un. It's an 8, so it doesn't work. And for this turn, Unoak use Reflect, so nobody can take damage next turn. You spend the last turn to Giga Impact the enemy, and because it's 1 block away, so it definitely hits. And this is a critical fail. It's a 9, so it hits. And once it hits, the enemy gets into an enraged state, because it's now at half health, so it's at 5 health. So nothing actually changes, except for the audio. The enemy takes out the sword to slap Tyrantrum again, but the Reflect blocks it, but does it have any special effects? Nothing. Esper Attract. Tyrantrum Head Smash. Alright, Esper rolls out Attract. Again, 11 or above and it hits. 17! Okay, you successfully attract the snow enemy. And Tyrantrum Head Smash. Alright. Tyrantrum Head Smash. It definitely hits, but does it have a special effect? Nope. Alright, so Head Smash again, and now it's down to 4 health. So you go for Flare Blitz, and it does double damage. You take no recoil, because I don't think it's fair, because it does the same attack as any other fire move. So you do 2 damage to the enemy, because the enemy is weak to fire. And the enemy is kind of made of ice. So now it's down at 3 health. The weather attacks you, but the enemy does not, because the enemy is attracted by Unoak. Yeah. So Un is the Riz Lord. So the enemy just pushes these 2 out of the way, just push you aside, because he wants to be closer to Un. So you're like right here now. And then you are like right here, and the enemy just moves up to Un at 3 health. So now it's in the middle, just to be near Unoak. Now, this is a roll to see that if they're out of attract. So if it's an 11 or above, they snap out of their attract. It's a 12, so they snap out of the attract and say, huh, what am I doing here? But the turn is already over for an enemy, so Esper Disarming Voice, Tyrantrum Giga Impact, Basic and Flare Blitz. Alright, let's do them one by one. Esper with the Disarming Voice. If it's a 1, it fails. If it's a 20, it does something special. It's a 2, okay. The Esper used Disarming Voice, and Esper's voice cracks, but the attack still goes through, and the enemy is kind of like shocked. So now it's at 2 health. Tyrantrum uses Giga Impact. Right. Giga Impact, same thing. If it's a 1, it fails. And if it's a 20, something special happens. It's a 1! Giga Impact fails! Tyrantrum goes up for the Giga Impact, tries to ham slam this enemy, but the enemy just kind of twirls around, and Tyrantrum goes flying off in the other direction. So the Giga Impact just sends Tyrantrum, like, I'm gonna say like right here, because it's like a critical fail. So you're still in range of enemy, but you no longer can hit the enemy. Right. But all is not lost, because Blaziken is a fire type. If it hits double damage, then the enemy still goes down. Let's see if it hits. 1 and it fails, 20 and it's a super success. Nah, you're not that bad yet. Even if one of you die, you can still finish this next turn. Just somebody has to die if it's 1. It's a 12, so it hits. The Blaziken hits the final move into the Ice Queen, the Snow Queen. That's the name. We finally know the name now. And Snow Queen just starts melting and just screaming and kind of melts into the ground. And the sky clears, so it's no longer that cold. So Blaziken just no longer lose lives. And you win. Snow Queen just slowly disappears, dissolves, and just leaves Tyrantrum, Esper, and Blaziken just all safe. The enemy is defeated, you shove them back into their containment unit, and it's a success. Pokemon has made it against an SCP, even though SCP is kind of an easier one. I picked an easier one because the harder ones will be too hard for the beginner battle. So, congratulations! You managed to beat my design SCP, even though you should have died. Because I did change it to be a little bit easier, because I think it was a little too hard, to be honest. Here's our winning team. Gonna get a close-up of them. Yeah, winning team. Let's move Tyrantrum down too. Winning team! Whoa! How do you shove a puddle of water into containment? It just kind of drudges itself back into the containment unit, because it's been defeated. So you don't have to worry about that.